Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new episode of Eve Echoes. Thank you all for joining for today's podcast. Today's going to be pretty interesting. We're going to be talking about a bit of everything that's been happening recently, and we have some new cool stuff that's going to hit the live server thanks to the upcoming patch notes. We do have some interesting weird stuff, and I'm going to talk about why I didn't cover the Interstellar Bazaar. To start off things properly, somebody called me a pessimistic. Honestly, I tried to understand why is that. Well, I've been accused of pushing out negative stories, and that the pessimistic content creators killed Eve Echoes and not the devs themselves. And I wanted to state something that, well, there's a glass, right, and it's filled with water, but it's not completely full. There's a filled side and there's an empty side. Now, the people that just want to see the full side, when they try to push their narrative and just be overly ecstatic about things, even though these things are not pink, they're not grey, they're just bland. I would call them deluded because they're not looking at stuff properly. And of course, for people that just look at the empty side of the glass and try to push their narrative, I would call them overly negativistic, as they try to push stuff that is probably not so negative, but they just see the negative parts. Well, I encouraged you guys in almost every video that I put out in regards to content review, in regards to critical thinking. It's called objective review. You get to see both sides of the glass, both the full side, both the empty side. You try to mash them up together and see what you can come up with. If the things that you can see and you're analyzing are good or bad, because that's what I'm trying to go. I'm pointing out the good, the bad, and the ugly. And more than so, I push for change, and I suggest various fixes and solutions. So I wouldn't consider me negative the least amount. I've talked about things in multiple videos. Not only that, but pessimism and optimism have nothing to do with being rational, objectively critical in thinking, and of course finding ways to make the game better. If you guys remember my recommended fixes for the market UI, I did a video some time ago. Well, it took them 5 months or so, 3 to 5 months, to implement one of the best quality of life features that I suggested. And of course, I had to rally you guys, the community, compile an Excel spreadsheet with all the bugs, requests, and improvements, and send it directly to the devs and ask for change. Bloody hell, how is this even pessimistic in any way? So this brings us to why I haven't been covering the Interstellar Bazaar. Well, I honestly felt sickened about it. I didn't actually want to put out something that was overly too negative, but at least in my book, overt gambling and in gaming, at least predatory monetization is something that I stand against. And a lot of people have said, well, the events are fun, the game is good, the game is fun. Yeah, sure, it is fun. But if you look at the Interstellar Bazaar, yeah, there were some parts, like with the missions and with the storyline, which is not even actually a lore, it's just like some dialogue that you can just skip. The negative part is just fit around the fact that it's predatory. It's not even marketing, it's just predatory visa swiping. Why is that? To get something, a nanocore, and something for the Rorqual, something for the Orca, like a high-end stuff, you had to swipe the visa, like you had to pay to around $400, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody did an analysis either on Reddit or on Facebook groups, and probably with the plenty of 50% coupon codes, you would have to spend around $200 to get something high-end. That is pretty much items for money. And no matter how much you would say that, well, they gave us plenty of codes. Yeah, but what are the discount coupon codes for? They're an incentive for people to spend money because, well, I'm not spending 30 bucks on something, but I have this 50% coupon code I can use and I can pay 15 bucks. You're still paying. You see, in the end, just like in any casino, the house always wins. And that's just dreadful. How could this have been improved? Well, instead of giving us just a medal at the end of the, 40, 50 missions that you had to run with all those 3 agents, it could have been something like a box that could have given us something out of that, all the things that were sitting behind you spending money. So I just didn't want to cover it, and people would have thought that I'm just against the game. I'm really not. I want the game to succeed, but not like this. I've talked in multiple instances. If you fix the game, you don't need to have these gotcha systems, these crappy paywalls. People would support the game just through sheer amount of subscription. The people that enjoy the game, if the game is good, they would rather pay $15 for a mega to enjoy the full content of the game monthly. And the player retention will also be increased. This in turn will lead to a higher number of players paying for a mega because the game is great, the game is enjoyable, it's something that you feel like it's worth your money. Even though it's just $15, but $15 can be added up if you have 200,000 players, like daily players, different players, unique players from all over the world. 200,000 players. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating. Just let's say 100,000 players paying for their mega. That in turn leads up to $1.5 million in revenue per month. And that's an outstanding sum of money, even with the costs of running the servers. How much can that be? Paying the salaries, how much can that be? In a month, how much could you pay a developer? Let's say you pay him like $8,000 per month. Sure, it's still, if you have like an entire dev team of 20 people, it's still not going to be rounded up to 1.5 million a month. You still make a profit, quite a big one. So what I'm judging here is not the content, it's the practices that go into this game. The game could be amazing, but I just feel that they don't care. But it's not that the devs don't care. I've said it in multiple videos as well. The developers are just the implementation phase. Somebody else dictates what goes where and who does what. And, well, it's pretty obvious that it's the management. And they pretty much decide everything. Probably the devs have some input. Probably the devs even code something that they don't really like in the game, because we've seen the videos, dev blogs with Exile. He's passionate about the game. He loved EVE Online. That's why he came up with the idea to make EVE Echoes. Yet, what we see in the game, I don't think it's a representation of what he envisioned. But don't worry, it gets even worse. Promised content that never reached the player base. We were lied to in a patch. I hope it was just a mistake. I don't know, probably lost in translation. But the patch notes were pretty clear. What happened when the industry update hit the servers? What was mentioned in there? Well, it was mentioned that the Sisters of Eve would get an increase of hacking level bonus, thus making them better than the interceptors running exploration with the max level of items and a 75 meters scan radius to, I don't know, scan all the sites that there are currently in the game. And not only that, we promised that there would be new exploration sites added which contain a level 5 accessing difficulty required for you to be able to like hack them and open them. Well, turns out that there's no such thing. The databank and the ruin. The databank is the best scan that you can find in a data site, and the ruin is the best can that you can find in a relic site. There's no bigger can. There's no level 5 hacking accessor level for any new can. It's just the ones that they exist currently. And not only that, they were promised new sites. Turns out they are not new sites. From what I was able to deduce, it's some old sites that were repurposed to spawn only in nullsec, true, and only between -0.8 and -1.0. And yeah, they do contain new blueprints and new stuff, but they're not new stuff. They're not new content in terms of exploration, and definitely the cans don't require a Sisters of Eve ship to be able to hack in them, because you need a level 5 hacking accessor level. You only need like level 4. The one given by the best relic analyzer and the best data analyzer. They have the value, the accessing value of 4, and that's the best one. And not only that, but the sites themselves are not below 75 meters in scan radius, or source radius, whatever you call them. They can still be scanned down using a scepter, and they can still be hacked using a scepter. So what was the purpose of announcing something that does not exist just to force people to buy Sisters of Eve ships? I don't know. Were there too many on the market? I don't know. We don't have access to market data. One could assume that probably they had this in mind. It would justify why the Sisters of Eve ships received such a bonus, and probably they scrapped it because they figured, well, in EVE Online, the databank and the ruins are the best cans. We'll have to implement something new. Oh, we won't. We'll just tell them everything is brand new, but it's actually not brand new, and it's all existing stuff, and we'll just sweep it under the rug. So after a month of back and forth between me and a couple of other content creators and the devs, asking, where are these new sites? Where are these new cans? Complete silence. No answer, no justification, no nothing. And I felt quite disappointed, because everyone was excited. Now, finally, the Sisters of Eve ships received the role that they always needed, like to be the top of the food chain exploration ships, that they would be able to hack stuff that scepters with the best gear cannot, and they will be able to scan down stuff that scepters with the best gear cannot. Turns out it was just an innocent lie. Hopefully for me, just an innocent lie. Or just a mistake. Again, as I mentioned, lost in translation. Who knows what the hell happened? The honest truth is, there's no such thing. And with a scepter, yeah, that's still the best ship that you can use to explore, to scan down every site. Because with the scepter you can lower your scan radius with rigs to 74.5 meters, which is exactly the best amount that you need to scan down every site. And with the modules, the top tier modules of Relic Analyzer and Data Analyzer, I think it was the Gravedigger and something else, whatever its name is, you can still hack all of the cans. You won't encounter any can that says you can't hack this because it requires accessing level 5. Will we ever see such content? Probably, but not today. And I'm really looking forward to what type of content they have planned for the, what's it called, the anniversary. Yeah, August is coming, on the 13th of August, Eve Echoes, what am I talking about? It's Eve Echoes' birthday, second anniversary. We get 2 years since Eve Echoes went live on the 13th of August. So we might see some things there, I don't know. I'm definitely eager to share something that I will be involved in with the lore team to create something special for the 13th of August. Hopefully it will materialize. We're still talking about it. There's still some concepts that need to be polished. But yeah, I'm excited for what I'm about to do. All things considered, we did get something pretty decent out of this latest patch notes, and it's the new list thingy. Honestly, on a PC playing EVE Online, it's pretty easy to have like the game running and some Excel spreadsheets with various materials, various build configurations, various whatever, and yeah, there's entire groups of people dedicated in the EVE Online community having compiled such spreadsheets with automatic calculators, given the material efficiency, the production efficiency, and whatnot. And some of the guys in here, in our community, in EVE Echoes, have pretty much done the same, because it was kind of difficult to do all the calculations, all the materials, and all the necessary ingredients to brew anything, and to how much it takes to mine that specific amount of planetary from a specific planet that offers like 15% increase over how much time will you need an outpost, what happens if you add 2 planetary production arrays, that sort of thing. And these people have done something amazing for the community. Now, the list itself is just going to stomp on that, but I highly doubt that people would abandon completely the Excels and stuff. Sure, for the people that use emulators and are still playing EVE Echoes on the PC, yeah, they're still probably going to use the Excel spreadsheets and the calculators and all that. But for dedicated mobile players, swapping into Excel spreadsheets while playing the game is kind of bad. You just have to leave the game, open up, I don't know, Excel, Google Spreadsheets, check that you have necessary materials, necessary ingredients, how much would you need if you run a specific decryptor, that sort of thing. And this list new feature is trying to fix that by adding the ability for a pilot to basically note down what the blueprint requires of him. So he will be able to note that down, he'll be able to multiply that, he'll be able to do several things that will allow him to determine the amount of materials that he needs to use. Also, from what I've read, it's shareable, so you can actually calculate your stuff and then share the list to somebody that's going into, I don't know, HiSec or is handling planetary to check out the numbers so he can mine what you need. And that's kind of great. That's actually something really good. Now, I haven't seen anything in regards to corporation missions, because this is where I'm thinking. I'm thinking bigger. I'm always thinking bigger. It would be amazing if these lists would be shareable, or at least put as corporation missions, so that the people who handle mining and planetary get those missions, use the specific list that was attached, and then fulfill the mission by providing said materials. That would be insanely amazing, but I don't see anywhere in the patch notes. I don't see anything inside the feature description on the main website. I'm just thinking out loud, it would have been great to have this integration. Now, of course, no feature is complete, no feature is polished, no feature is final. So we do have a say, we do have the option of providing suggestions, providing feedback. There's a channel in the EVE Echoes Discord, official Discord, that you can put stuff, suggest stuff. So if you find this list to be very useful to you, and find areas where it can be improved, do share them, do put it out there for the devs to see, for the game designers to see, because we have a voice. Even if they don't care, we have a voice, and our voice sometimes is heard. And when it's heard, amazing things, good things happen. I don't want to keep you too much out of your time. Let's dive into the community question of the week. For you guys joining on the videos and podcasts, what is community question of the week? It's a question that I put out forward to you guys to engage and interact with me. and to get a chance into winning one of the 3 Omega Combo clones that we give out each week. In order to participate, you have to answer the question in the comment section and provide your in-game name and character ID so, well, I can collect your data and hand it over to the people responsible in handling out the prizes. So the community question of the week is, even if your industry or not, do you find the list useful? Will it help you and stop from switching over to Excel spreadsheets while enjoying the game on your phone or tablet? Drop a comment below and let me know. That's it for today. I hope you guys learned something. Thank you guys for watching. A very big shout out to my channel supporters, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.